Guys, I'm back again. Same day, similar topic. So this morning when I woke up, I made a video about my personal opinion on the fan war issue regarding BTS and Rap Monster and his whole comment at the press conference. I will admit that at the time I didn't have the entire story. And I apologize if people mistook my personal opinion for a completely different political statement on the entire thing that I think everyone should listen to. My argument was the fans and what they were doing and how that hurts the entirety of BTS. And consequently, Rap Monster and everybody else. Now, since then, it has been 4 or 5 hours. I saw the press conference and have read some more up on it, and I still stand by my previous statements. I still think it's wrong to have fan wars about stupid, idiotic crap like this. I still think you need to take into consideration about the culture that people come from, and I still think that it's wrong to make death threats and everything else and make all these hashtags about a person who's insecure. And yes, I did say a person, not an idol, not a rapper, not a musician, a person. And since I uploaded it, there have been some comments, and I was like, this is the first time I've ever had comments on my thing. There's one person that decided to very politely elaborate on the situation, which I was grateful for, because come to find out, I didn't have all the information. And I'm glad to have information that I didn't have before so that I can make a new video and upload that. However, there was somebody else who decided to very rudely call me out in my comment section. First of all, that's disrespectful, because you don't need to go on a rant in my comment section. If you don't like what I have to say, you can get off my channel. Number two, if you have something that you feel I need to know, then you can politely say so, like the person before them did. Now, it's one thing if I'm completely wrong and blah, 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 but I didn't even address the fact of what was actually said. I was talking about the fan wars. I was talking about how the fans impact the members. Now, I stand by my statement that all of BTS have known each other forever, so they probably have things that they can and can't talk about. Some if they do and don't talk about, things that makes them insecure and things that they're okay with, and they understand that. Now, watching the press conference that this whole issue started on, I was a little appalled. I was like, wow, he just came out and said it. It's not like he had any forethought. It was just word vomit. So I'm like, yeah, that's a little upsetting that that's the first thing that comes to mind. But you could tell that the other members were a bit startled. But at the same time, it was the words that he used, not the comment that he said. Because if you listen to the entirety of what he said they're too black. I couldn't see them when it was dark outside. Now, how many of you Americans are white or of some sort of European descent and have that one black friend, and you go outside at nighttime and you're like, ooh, we can't find Greg, we can't find Jerome, we can't find this person because they're black. They might not even be dark black. They could be my complexion or lighter, and you're still like, oh, they're black, so let's make this whatever thing. Is that being racist? Is it? No, it's not. My personal opinion is that Ratman, first of all, he taught himself English, so he only knows how to use certain words in certain contexts, and it might not necessarily directly translate from Korean into English the way he wanted it to. And the fact that the other members understood what he said means that he said similar things before. It might not have been in the same connotation, but he said it before. I don't know if J-Hope was fake laughing or not. I don't really know. Because for all we know, J-Hope could have really thought it was funny. Or he could have been fake laughing to ease the awkwardness. But we also know that all the other members, after Rapmon spoke, talked very softly, and Ratman didn't lift his head. That means he had remorse. And that means he then understood what he said and felt bad about it. So there's no need to make him feel worse. Because all that's going to do is break up BTS. Ratman is going to get a whole lot of shit for it and get kicked out of his company. Or it's just going to blow up in smoke. It's really up to you what happens, though. Because if you're a real fan of BTS, then you would understand the fact that Ratman may speak English, but he doesn't speak perfect English. He doesn't directly translate everything properly. He still has trouble with his English. And maybe he didn't necessarily mean black, as in black African American, way too fucking dark. Maybe he meant black as, oh, dark skinned, or like they were darker skinned than he realized, or darker skinned than he expected. Like how everyone who's a Starlight, a member of VIX, and like everything else that knows N, they like, oh, he's black, he's like charcoal. Why aren't Hyuk and Hongbin and Leo, well, not Leo, because Leo doesn't talk much, and like Ravi and like Hyuk, why aren't they being called racist then? Because constantly they make jokes about and being dark-skinned, being as dark as night, being Batman, being like charcoal, being burnt, all this other stuff, to the point that it's become a natural thing for them to say in every single interview. Do you think N doesn't feel bad about that kind of stuff? Just because he cracks the jokes with them? Do you really think that that's kind of what's acceptable? No, it's not. And by the way, I could tell that all of the members were a little bit surprised by what NamJoon said. So I can understand people being like, oh my god, I can't believe he said that. I'm totally with you about that. But the way he took the time to, after he said it, he explained himself, what he actually meant. So that means that after he said it, he realized what he said and what it sounded like and felt the need to explain that he didn't mean it to be rude. He meant it jokingly. And also, he looked really, really sorry afterwards. So there's really no need for everyone to jump down his throat about this kind of stuff. It sucks. It sucks being the center of negative attention. It sucks being ridiculed for things that you already feel bad about. It sucks being an idol, to be completely honest, because you're such in the public eye. Even if you make one slip up, you have thousands of people after your head. People need to think about that kind of stuff. Think about what kind of message you're sending to your so-called biases and so-called idol groups. And think about what kind of people you really are. And think about what you've done and what you've said. Can you really judge him for saying that when you've probably done the same thing to your one black friend, one Mexican friend, one darker skinned than you friend? And if you are that friend, do you do anything to stop it when your more light-skinned friends say anything? No? I thought so. So when you defend yourself or your skin color against the people you know, you can then talk about strangers. It's one thing if he actually said that it was a bad thing that they were darker, but he never said that. Ever. As far as I know anyways, he's never been one to be like, oh, dark-skinned people are terrible, because he looks up to a lot of dark-skinned people. So he's probably either used to it or doesn't really give a crap. Because if he did, then he would only listen to Eminem and Justin Bieber. Or like Beastie Boys. I'm just saying, it doesn't make any sense. And also, stay the hell out of my comment section if you're just going to be rude. Okay, bye. Sorry I had an attitude this time, guys, but I got really, really pissed off after getting notifications about this person. I'm not going to say their name, so it's really pointless, and I don't have enough subscribers to really make a difference, and even if I did, I wouldn't want you guys going after him. So, if you have a problem with the way I do my videos, don't watch them. Annyeong!